What was the point of God creating the devil? So let's open up this. Isaiah 14:12. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?" Lucifer means light bearer, light bringer, carrying the light. "Art thou cut down to the ground, which thou hast weakened the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God." The stars of God means the stars is the angels. I'm going to exalt myself above the angels and above God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation. The mount, as you say, mount upon something, it's a sitting place. It's the throne where God is sitting. I'm going to mount myself up higher than that. And on the sides of the north, I'm going to sit higher than God. You see already the pride starting up. I'm going to sit myself up higher than God. But go back, 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 but go back. I will ascend above the heights of clouds, and I will be like the Most High. I will be like the Most High. Y'all put a thumbtack in that. If you got your Bible, put a fold right there. We're going to go to something else. And if you got your phone, let's scroll to this real quick. Ezekiel 28. And we're going to start at the 12th verse. "Son of man, take up your lament concerning the king of Tyre." This is talking about Lucifer. When he was good, when he was positive, when he was the angel that was on the side of God, his name was Lucifer. "And say to him, this is what the sovereign Lord says, you were a model of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty." This is him talking about Satan. You were full of wisdom and perfect and beautiful. They always show the devil being real ugly. And the word says God made him perfect. Now, in a military sense, or in a dominion sense, in a kingdom sense, you have your military. The head of the military is Michael, the archangel. Now, the head of the ones that's doing communications, that's sending out messages, is Gabriel. So now, on top of that, there's 24/7, there's angels that's singing to God and give him constant worship. Who do you think that's over that? Let's find out. It says, "You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone adorned you." Now look, now check out what Satan is made out of. Ruby, topaz, emeralds, chrysolite, onyx, and jasper, sapphire, turquoise, and beryl. Your settings and mountains were made of gold. On the day you were created, they were prepared. It said you were created. I created you for a purpose. And you was beautiful when I created you. You were anointed as a guardian cherub. Anointed, appointed to do a job as the guardian cherub. You guarded and made sure the presence and the worship and the praise of God continually flowed. "For so I ordained you." Now the word even says that Satan was ordained. You were on the holy mount of God and you walked among the fiery stones, saying you was right there with me. And you walked among the fiery stones. That means that you were walking in places that no other man can get to. Only angels was allowed, and you were in my inner circle. Now, this is powerful because if he was in the inner circle, imagine how much insight and how much he knows about God. You were blameless in your ways from the day you were created till wickedness was found in you. Through your widespread trade, you were filled with violence and sin. So I drove you to disgrace from the mount of God. I got you out of my presence and I expelled you, O guardian cherub, from among the fiery stones. What happened? I see the pride. I created you beautiful. I created you to cover. And also I created you for pure worship. And you have a group, you have a set of people that's with you. You have a set of angels that's following you. You're in my inner circle, the pride, you wanted to be better than me. So he gets mad. Turn to the book of Revelation. Let's go to chapter 12. "And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. The dragon is Satan. And the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. So if they lost their place in heaven, they lost their position. Where did they go? What happened? That great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil. Devil means accuser or slander or Satan. These are two of the same words, but just in different languages. So now that you're against me, you're not Lucifer no more. You're not the light bearer. You're not bearing the light, the weight, the glory. You're not bearing that anymore. Now you're the accuser and the slander. So right here you see where his name changed. Who led the whole world astray. He was hurled to earth and his angels with him. When I said, God, I thought that you did all the fighting. I thought you beat up devil. I thought you had the devil and beat him up. Come to find out, just as our president is commander-in-chief of the army, God is a king. He has an army, which are the angels. He didn't do any fighting. Nowhere in the Bible does God ever fight the devil. This is so amazing. He always sends his military after him. So he sends Michael and the rest of the angels to take care of him. This is verse 4 going back. It says a tail. This is the devil. It says a tail swept the stars out of the sky and flung them to the earth, a third of them. So it says a third of the angels went with Satan. And it said they stood in front of the woman who was about to give birth so that they might devour her child the moment it was born. This is talking about, speaking prophetically about Jesus, about the birth. But there was already a plan in play.